So today we're going to be looking at this John Buscema's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. Look how large this book is. It's almost the size of my stomach. But before we take a look at this, check out my website. I'm a comic book artist from Marvel and DC and a lot of different publishers. My website is waldenart.com. Over there you see like a lot of different tiers. And over there you see a lot of different artwork that I've done. Artwork and gallery and all that good stuff. But if you want tiers, check out my Patreon page. It's patreon.com/waldenart. That's when you see tiers. And in tiers, there's ways of showing support of if you enjoy these videos, anything you support will help me make more of these videos. So without further ado, let's check out this artist edition over here. Okay, so this is for the Marvel Heroes, Sam Buscema Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. So it came in a box like this, and then you open it up, and then you get the actual Artist Edition. Okay, so here's the front. It's still sealed. We're going to be looking at this together. Okay, let me measure the size of this book for you. So it's going to be 12 inches by 17 inches. So kind of like same size as the original comic book art, just slightly bigger. Here's the back, the thing with Submariner. Okay, and we take a look at the spine. Captain America is like right over here, and we get John Buscema's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. I'm gonna open this up right now. Open this up like this. We're going to be looking at this together. So I've never seen the inside of it. Okay, take off the wrapper. Take off the wrapper here. All right. And then now, let's see how it opens up. Okay, it opens up nice and flat. I open up right in the on the gatefold images. So let's take a look at the back. So the back, excuse me, inside back cover is Black Bolt, and then he too has turned against the humans of the outer world. But why? Why? And then we have the other side. Let's see what's inside. It is Charlie, Come to Papa. So not a Vision book, so it looks like just John Buscema's book. So let's take a look at it one page at a time. So Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. We have Captain America right here. Okay. And then we have, I'm going to hold this up. And feel free to pause the video if you want to read this a little bit more. IDW Publishing, some of the credits dedicated to the artistic mastery of John Buscema, and special thanks on the bottom. Special thanks is usually people that the publisher contacted asking if they have any original artwork and if they can send them the scans of the artwork. That's why they're thanking them. So these are some of the people that own some of the artwork that they got in touch with to send them some of the artwork that John Buscema has. Okay, we're gonna turn the page. Look here, and let's see. This is a thick piece of paper, thick page. So introduction, lots of words. I'm gonna hold it closer. So again, feel free to pause the video if you want to read it. Okay, there you go. Pause it again. And go here. Pause the video to read, and then we have this side. Okay, we go closer so you guys can read it. Pause the video, and then you can pause and play as you go. And this introduction is written by Joe Gisco, written in March of 2021. Okay, turn the page here, and here's the table of contents. I'm going to go closer. So if those of you who want to see when we're going to flip through this book and then you want to see who did what, feel free to go back to this part so you can see the table of contents. Or take a screen capture of it and then watch the video and then look at your screen capture. So on another browser or something, and then you can see all the information. Okay, right there, and there's the bottom. Okay, and that's the table of contents. Now, let's see, is there any more? There we go. About this edition, let's read this together. Right above the thing, it says, John Buscema, Marvel's Hero Artist Edition is part of an ongoing series, one dedicated to showcasing extraordinary artists in the format as special as their works deserved. Okay, now we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer so we can see the art in more detail. Okay, I'm going to put my little tape measure here so it's more of a rectangle that you guys can see. Okay, so we have the Mighty Avengers. So those of you who don't know, artist editions are artwork, original artwork that's scanned in full color. Wow, these pages are really thick. Oh no, there's 2 pages. Artwork that's scanned in full color and printed in full size. So artists that were working on these pages, this is the original size that they worked on. Okay. So I'm gonna try not to comment as much. Some of my previous videos, someone said that I was making too many comments about other artists' work. That's only because I'm an artist myself. I also do comic book art for Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, like very many publishers. And then I'm just commenting on my perspective of how artwork looks. Like just because my comments are a certain way doesn't mean that it's like everyone's agreeing to what I comment. But then I do enjoy looking at artwork such as this. And I can study the artwork and how they create the artwork. Okay. Yeah, so in the previous video, someone said, yeah, you're commenting too much. You shouldn't comment that much. And then I was just thinking, if you don't like the comments, you can always like mute it. You can mute it and then you don't have to like listen to my comment. You know what? I'm just going to go and look at the artwork and just comment like how I usually comment. Okay, so there's some stains over here. So it does pick up some of the stains from collectors who have artwork, because these artwork is kept like for such a long period of time. There are going to be some yellowing and fading, and then here we have like a spread page here. I'm gonna move it over to this side so you guys can see. Okay, and then on the other side we have the Avengers. Okay, I'm gonna flip this way so you guys can see this. Okay, I like the stats. So covers looks like this was actually, oh, you know what? The covers were drawn in this larger size paper. I don't think this was blown up. I remember when I started working in comics, one of the artist friends I know, his name is Paul Smith. He also worked on X-Men and Leave It to Chance. He told me that a long time ago when he started working in comics, some of the Bristol boards were this size. So instead of 11 by 17, the larger A3 size is almost twice the size. So artists can see more details, like drawing little things like this. Yeah, this is the actual size. Look at the Scotch tape. So this is a regular piece of Scotch tape. So this wasn't blown up into a larger size. Let's take a look at this one here, Avengers. I'm gonna move it this way. There, and then here. It was kind of nice seeing the full-size scan of some of the larger pictures. Okay, make sure I folded it neatly. The Lady and the Tiger Shark. Lady and the Tiger Shark. Jim Mooney. Stanley, editor Roy Thomas. John Buscema, artist Jim Mooney, the inker. Sam Rosen, the letterer. So probably this piece of artwork went back to Jim Mooney. And then we have, let me make sure this one closes. Some more pages here. Some stats. Stats, I remember, so there's original art and then there's stats. Stats are before digital, like Photoshop and all that's good stuff. In order to get images, such as redrawn images, artists can either use whiteout, white everything out, or they can create stats. They'll send the artwork to a printer, and then they'll print like this plastic sheet of Bristol on top, and it's the same exact images. And then some artists, they would just cut that image and then place it on top. Okay, so like here. So some of these are white out. I can see this, you guys can see the white out that's on top of the on the yellowish board. Okay, so whiteout doesn't fade over time; it just stays white all the time. You have this Submariner. Yeah, look at the anatomy. The anatomies are drawn so well on this artwork. Here's another one. Very cool. And then if I'm flipping the pages too fast, again, feel free to pause the video so you can take a closer look. Okay, so far I'm opening up the book and it's holding up pretty well. It's not, pages aren't like hard to like open. That's the important part. Okay, let's take a look at the spine. So you worry about the spine. So the spine opens up like this. Okay, if you guys can see, there it is. So no cracks or anything. It opens up nicely. Folds like this. Okay, the Thor. Then continue after the next page. So some of these artist editions, some will have the complete book if the original artist would have all the pages. Publisher IDW would sometimes make a call out asking if anyone will have any Sal Buscema pages, and if you have it, can you send it to me? If they're trying to make a complete story, if they don't have the original art pages, what they'll do is they'll scan like one of the comic book color pages just so people can read the story. But most of the time, it's really hard for the publisher to collect all the original art, because back then original art wasn't used, wasn't like a collectible thing, and it was sold everywhere to different people, and throughout time it just went all over the world, and you know, nobody knows who has the original art. These days with the internet, and especially with a website called Comic Art Fans, people are collecting comic book art, which has become a collectible, and people post their artwork on comic fan sites, or they'll post stuff for sale. And then you can, in a way, you can almost reach the collector that has that page and ask them to scan the artwork. This is the famous cover. This is, I believe, the first appearance of Vision. The comic book was like a reddish color. Okay, different tones of red. So that's for Avengers 57. Behold the Vision. Look at all the white artwork. Okay, even the stats, you know, these scans are so well. First, I thought it was a real stat that I can like lift up the stat on top. Okay, here, lots of paste ups on top. So a lot of editing and adjusting when it comes to covers. Not so much for the interiors. Like there's a lot of looks like someone spilled coffee stains over here. That really, look at this, guys. This really looks like coffee stains. Look at that. Coffee stains, or who knows what else. Maybe it's like someone was working on the artwork and then put the cup down and then spilled some coffee, spattered some coffee. Yeah, I like looking at the cover work. Very, very nice. And then this one's penciled. It's not inked. The corner box over here. Let's take a look at the next page. The Avengers number 80, Avengers number 84. Wow, looking at these covers, it looks like, you know, I'm holding the actual artwork. So those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Walden Wong. I'm a comic book artist. I actually do comic books for Marvel Comics and DC Comics. This is the famous cover. I've been doing comics for quite some time, and then this is actually the original size of the artwork that we do hold, 11 by 17. When I look at this, it does look like I'm actually holding the original artwork in front of me. The scans are done so nicely. So if you don't know who I am, if you want to find out more about me, my website is waldenart.com, and over there you can see a lot of different things about my work, a gallery, all my social media pages, my Amazon affiliate link. There's like its big Amazon button that you can go there and see some of the art supplies that I use, and if you wanted to buy some, you can also buy some of those as well. And if you enjoy these videos, please think about supporting me over on Patreon. Anything you support helps me make more videos like these for you. So my Patreon page is patreon.com/WaldenWongArt. I'll show you the link, my Patreon. I'll show you guys the link in. You probably saw it at the beginning of the video, and I'll also show it at the end of the video. So these are character sketches, and let's see what's on this side. Woo, Submariner page for the cover. MCG, you guys know what MCG stands for? If you do, comment down below. MCG. Okay, they used to have that a long time ago. Big premiere issue. Okay, and then next we have this one, and I'm glad I bought this. I wasn't even thinking about buying a Sal Buscema artist edition. Now I'm glad. I didn't know I recognized some of the art. I didn't know he did that much of it. Okay, Submariner. I can see with the fingers there's a little bit of Jack Kirby influence over there. And then we have this one right here. And now we're going to take a look at this page. Marvel, I think this is Marvel Fanfare. Shoot at 6-inch wide. I'm not really sure what that means. This one has a little bit of a P. Craig Russell feel to it. Okay, here's some of the interior pages. Avengers number 47. So there's issue 47, page 16, issue 47, page 25. So it skips a lot. So this artist edition isn't meant so much for reading. I mean, you guys can read it if you want, but majority of it's to look at the artwork. And being an artist such as myself, George Tuska. Who's George Tuska? Okay, George Tuska. Is the inker? Okay, so George owned the original piece to this. So let me tell you about art returns when Marvel used to do artwork splits. Penciler would draw like 24 pages, later on became 22, and then current days, as of me making this video, current page count is 20. And back then, Penciler would draw on original pages, and then all those original pages would be sent to the inker. And once the inker is done, all those pages are sent back to Marvel Comics or DC Comics. After that, Marvel Comics would split the original artwork. The penciler would get 2/3 of the original artwork, whereas the inker would get 1/3 of that. So with Marvel, it was always random. Marvel always picked the better pages to send to the penciler so they can keep them happy, and then inkers would just get like whatever left over. And I knew this because for a long time when I was working for Marvel and I was getting art return pages, all the splash pages or double page spreads or pages that has like a nice character, like a nice character in front, I wouldn't get those pages back. The pencil would get those, and all the random pages like background characters and stuff that's not as good, it would go to the inker, such as myself. I remember talking at a convention, I was talking to an art returns person. I was asking them why does inkers always get like the leftover pages? Like in all the good pages, it's random. There's no specific order. And the art return person who visited my booth said, "Oh, that's because Marvel, we want to keep those pencilers happy so we can continue to do more work." So at the time, inkers wasn't. Even now, I think inkers aren't valued as much. If you look at the Eisner Award for San Diego Comic-Con, there is no category for inkers. They'll have a category for writers, a category for penciler. They even have a category for colorists as well as best letterer, but there's no category for inkers. Okay, so inkers wasn't as respected back then, even to today. So Marvel would randomly send 2/3, like the better pages to the penciler, and then whatever's left over to the inker, and that's per issue. Now, DC Comics was a little bit better. So DC Comics did this system where it was if you work on an odd issue number, the pencil would get the first 2/3 of the original artwork back, and then the inker would get the last 1/3. And then if it was a even number issue, then the penciler would get the last 2/3 of the original artwork back, and then inker would get the first 1/3. Which, when I was doing stuff for DC Comics, I thought it was pretty good because I was actually getting splash pages or double page spreads. And then for covers, for both publishers, it was supposed to be for every 3 comic book covers that a penciler and inker team worked on, the penciler would get 2 of them, and the inker would get 1 of them. Okay, so that becomes a little tricky. So if you're working with a penciler, say I'm the inker, so I was inker and I was working with a specific penciler. So if I was working with him or her on a specific title, every 3rd cover I work on, I get to keep. So issue 3 I get to keep, issue 6 I get to keep. Now, if our team, like the penciler inker team, moved on to a different title, and it just so happens that is the 3rd cover we worked on, and it's the first cover, like that's the 3rd cover us as a team worked on, but it's the first cover of that issue, all of that goes out the door. Like all of that, like the Marvel doesn't keep track of that, and then they'll start over from scratch. Same with DC Comics, they have the every 3rd cover, but then it gets to the point where if the penciler is working with the inker and it's a 3rd cover on the same title, inker would get every 3rd cover. But if they move from one title to another, it's because it's a different editor and it's something new, that's forgotten about, unless the inker like kind of mention it to the whole team, saying, hey, this is the 3rd cover I work on, I know it's a different title, but shouldn't I get this, then that will work out. Sometimes back then, when original art was split, the penciler and inker would talk amongst themselves and say, hey, how about if I get the first 2 issues and then you get the 3rd issue? This way, as an inker, I would get the whole issue of the 3rd book or something, or the whole issue of the 6th book, or we can change it up where the penciler would get like the first issue 1 and issue 3, and then inker would get issue 2. That's something where we would have to talk to the penciler on our own, away from Marvel, and then do something like that. Okay, but today, fast forward to modern technology, and we're doing comic book inking on over blue lines. Blue lines is where a penciler, they would draw something, and then after they're drawing it, they would send the file to the inker. The inker would print it out on like a light blue print on a comic book Bristol board. Marvel Comics, DC Comics, they'll send us a Bristol board. We run that through the printer, and then we'll ink it. After we're done inking it, all the pencils that was drawn, the penciler gets to keep all the pages. Then the inker would get to keep all the ink pages, so we don't have to worry about splitting original artwork. So when all of that happened, there was a little bit of a controversy as in some collectors, they want to have the original pencils, and then some collectors, they want to have the original inks because the inks is what's printed on the book. And then some people think that, oh, I want to have both pencils and inks, and then they're spending choice income, and they didn't really like, it wasn't like, compared to like buying one piece of artwork, now they're buying 2. So it really depends on you as a collector or how collectors approach it. Some people likes the pencil because that's where the creation was created. It's also touched by the penciler that actually did the artwork. If you don't like the inks, that's okay. Some people like the ink because that is what's used to print the comic book, and which is totally true. And then some collectors, they just like to buy both the pencils and the inks, and then when they do that, they expect some kind of a discount from the penciler or the inker, and that's really up to the penciler and inker if they wanted to offer a discount or not, or charge them full price as if it's like one piece of artwork. So there's everything. This is just done differently in the modern world these days, compared to back then, which is just one piece of artwork split between penciler and inker. Okay, Let's take a look. Sometimes they've paid, like I remember sometimes in early years I was helping out with Marvel Comics, and then I would ink like 2 pages to help out on a deadline, or I would ink like 5 pages to help out on the deadline. When it comes to art return and I only ink 2 pages, I get no pages back. If I ink 3 pages, I would get 1 page back. Or if I ink 5 pages, I will only get 1 page back, because I only get every 3rd page. So that, in a way, that's kind of not like kind of like cool. You worked on 2 pages helping out, and then you get no pages back. But at the time, you don't really think about like original artwork that much as people do today. So John Buscema's biography, I'm gonna hold it closer. So those of you who want to read it, feel free to pause the video. Here we go. Go up here, and then we're gonna go all the way to here. Will Eisner Hall of Fame artist, and then that's I wonder if he drew himself. And there you have it. That is the Sal Buscema Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. Okay, I'm going to show you there's no UPC code on this one. Oh, you know what? The UPC code was on the brown box right over here. So if you need that. And then if this is still available on Amazon, I'll add links below the video description. So if you want to order the same book, check out the link under the Amazon description. Here we go. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. So there you have it. This is the John Buscema Marvel Artist Edition. So check out my website, is waldenart.com. On my website, you can see some of the work that I've done for different publishers. Also, check out my Patreon page. So you enjoy these videos that I make for you. Think about supporting me over on my Patreon page. Again, here's the front cover. Here's the back cover. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit like, share, and comment down below if you have any questions, or if you want to see future editions of other artist editions. Let me know what books you're interested in. Maybe I can get some of those. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.